All right, now we're doing 7Q maximum length difference. This is by G964, and 82% of the people like it. We are given two arrays, A1 and A2, of strings. Each string is composed with letters from A to Z. Let X be any string in the first array and Y be any string in the second array. All right, we're going to find the maximum of the absolute value of these two things here. So whatever the X over here, so we're going to check this one against this one, subtract the two lengths from each other, and put that in a result, and then do this one and this one, do the same thing, and then compare the previous result to this result, and whichever is larger, and same here, and then this one and this one, this one, this one, this one, just like that. So what we're going to do is if A1 and or A2 are empty, we're going to return -1 in each language, but it doesn't matter. And here's the example. So the maximum difference is going to be 13. I guess there's one with 16 and this one with 0, with 3. So this one's probably got 16 in it, or this one. I don't know. I don't care. So basically, I don't know what that is either. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is we're going to start off by declaring some variables. We're going to say we're going to let the result equals 0. All right, and we're going to say length A. Oops, that's not A. A equals A1 dot length. And then we're going to do a length B, and that's going to be A2 dot length. All right. And now we're going to do this edge case for the -1 right here. So let's just say, what are we going to say? If length A equals 0 or length B equals 0, we're going to return -1. All right, that takes care of that. So now let's do the for loop to iterate through this one. And we're going to do 2 for loops, one to iterate through this one, and then for each one of these, it's going to iterate through this one time. So it's going to iterate through this one, then on this one, like that, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully you get it. Let's check it. Let's do it. So for let index equals 0 while index is less than length A. We're going to say index plus plus. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing down here with an index 2 and with a length B. All right, index 2, index 2, index 2, and B. All right. And that takes care of that. Now we're going to do the comparisons, but first we're going to have to do the lengths of A1 at index 0. We're going to have to do that length. So we're going to say let length 1 equal A1 at index at the current index dot length. All right, and then we're going to do the same for length 2 equals A2 at index 2 dot length. All right. Pardon me. Now we're going to do the comparison. So we're going to say if. So it was the absolute value over here of X and Y. So absolute value of this minus this. So we're just going to have to do this twice, basically, if we're not going to use Math.abs. So we say if, what are we going to do? We're going to say if length 1, if result is less than length 1 minus length 2, we're going to say result equals length 1 minus length 2. All right, because result's going to be 0 anyway, so no matter what, well, not no matter what, but if this returns a positive, it's going to be greater than, all right, result. And then we're going to say else if. We're just going to do the opposite of this one. Take this, throw it in here, change this to a 2, change this to a 1, and then we're going to do this here. Actually, I could have just taken the whole thing, huh? Well, maybe next time. All right, so 2 here, 1 here, all right? And then we're going to go down 3. We're going to say return result. Hopefully this works. All right, good. Attempt it. All right, 100 random tests, 5 milliseconds. What are we going to do? All right, long way. You look like a winner to me, but we're not going to sing it yet, right? We're going to go over here, up here, and we're going to change this to const because we're doing the concise syntax of this. So that's a lot less typing, but I don't know. It's kind of complicated too, so we'll see. We'll see which one of these two wins. So we're going to first start off by doing the reduce of A1. And so reduce, if you don't know about it, is the method that executes a user-supplied reducer callback function on each element of the array in order, passing in the return value from the calculation on the preceding element. The final result of running the reducer across all elements of the array is a single value. And the first time that a callback is run, there is no return value of the previous calculation. But if supplied, an initial value may be used in its place, and we will be using initial values here. So A1.reduce. And let me show you the syntax we're going to be using. We're going to be using this reduce previous value, current value, arrow, expression, and then an initial value right here. All right? So we're going to start off with that previous value and then the current value. All right? And then we're going to have the initial value. And since we've got to look for this -1, we're just going to make the initial value -1 so that if it is 0, it'll just go straight to this -1. All right? And then we're going to do a Math.max over here. Let me drop it down another line. Let's do Math.max. Show you about that. Basically, it just finds the maximum. Here's the syntax. We're going to be like doing value 0, value 1, whatever. The first value is going to be our previous, and the second value is going to be another reduction. I'll show you what we're going to do. All right, so we're going to do here a Math.max, and inside here we're going to have, we're going to have prev, and then we're going to also have A2.reduce. All right, and on this one we're going to do prev2 and cur2, and then for this one we're going to, since we're going to be reducing down this, and we're going to find, when we go into this reduce, we're also going to find the links of both of these, of both A1 and A2 at the current index, and do the Math.abs on that. So what are we doing here? So we've got prev2 cur2. So we're going to do another Math.max. And for this one, we're going to say, what are we going to say? Prev2. Oh, that's not prev2, because we're down here in the second one. And then we're going to do a Math.abs to find the absolute value. Let me just bring it up for you if you don't believe me. Math.abs. All right. This function returns the absolute value of a number. So whatever even if it gives us a negative, it's going to give us a positive. So we're going to do Math.abs of cur.length. So the current, so like this one .length minus cur2.length. So it's going to do, oh my goodness, I messed up. We're also supposed to have a -1 for the initial value. Hopefully this is the right parentheses I was supposed to put it in, because that's whatever. Anyway, so cur1, so it's going to be going here, cur1.length, and then Math.abs that against this. this minus this, and then this minus this, and it's just going to find the max of whatever. And the previous, so like this is going to be the first one, and then this will be the previous, and this will be the current, and then whichever one's bigger, this will be the current, and blah 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 blah. All right, let's test it out. And it works good. Attempt it. It's 5 on the last one. Let's go see. Let's go see. 6. All right, so a bunch of pointless stuff, but at least we got to see what 2 reduces do, right? Let's get back to this, make it function. Let's go here, test it out. Looks good. Attempt it. Submit it. All right. Very much like this one. Let's go to My Solutions. Just me on this one. Best practice in my opinion. And we'll see you next time.